Apprecier ça yo ka fait ko yo a parmi nous jodi. Là c'est mauvais valet pied non nous ka crucifier mon épi. Faut nous connaître pour meilleur c'est pour nous tout ça bénéfice. For all the wonders you done for us all, spreading the culture all over the world. For all the good things that you done for God, that's what it is. We thanking you. We thanking you, brother. Drip, drip. Ajan lo moun bisou pa sav ki chale yo pwen wivi esi. Fò nou konet kwaye yo akumas makadas music. Gordon Henderson, Fricks, Roy Williams, yo. Vivian Wallace, Exile, One Groovers, Jeff Joe.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Creole Heartbeat. I am Julie Roberts. Welcome, welcome, welcome to today's show. Today, in this episode, we're going to dive into our 4 languages here in Dominica, and it's a very special show. It's all about our linguistic heritage. So the theme for today is One Nation, 4 Languages. This morning I am joined by 3 remarkable guests. First we have Kewana Fountain, Emmanuel Prince, and Prosper Paris. We will start with Mr. Prosper Paris, and they will all share their I don't want to say they're experts, because maybe they will say that that's not what they prefer to, but they will share the language that each will represent. So we're going to do the show in segments, and I hope you enjoy it. It was quite eye-opening for me to find out that Dominica has 4 languages when I found out. And I just think that it's something we do not speak about very often. And on average, most people speak just English, predominantly English. And during the Creole season, we see people during independence season, try to do a little Creole, but it's not something that is practiced. So today that's what Creole Heartbeat is all about. So today on Creole Heartbeat, we want to start that movement that we can embrace not just English, not just Creole, but also the other languages like Kalinago and Kokoi. Good morning, Mr. Paris. How are you?
Mabrika, Boitia Lucali.
Okay, let me see if I hear you better through the. Good morning.
Good morning,
Okay, I'm hearing you
Mabrika.
perfect. You're teaching me the first word. It's
Yeah, Mabrika, Boitia Lucali, which means good morning.
Okay, Mabrika. So if I say just Mabrika, is that morning by itself?
Oh, it's a greeting. Say hi and hello, good morning.
Okay.
It's acceptable generally as a greeting, a form of greetings.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here with us today. Thank you so, so much. And we want to make this interactive, not just another show where we just give a lot of history and talk. We want people to engage. We want it to be engaging. So let's jump in. It's for the indigenous language, or the Kalinago language, as we might say. How much do we have? Because I know when I spoke to you, you told me that it is something that you're still doing research and putting it together. How much do we have that, if as a people we want to incorporate it into our daily lives, how much do we have?
Well, okay, thank you for the opportunity. We have quite a lot of Kalinago, it's the words that are circulating on an everyday basis in Dominica. We just we take it for granted that we speak Creole or English, and we doesn't really filter through and say what is Kalinago. The name of the island itself is named White Kubli, which is our Kalinago name. It also has a Awak name, by the way, which is Kaeri, which is the Arawak name for Dominica, and the Kalinago name is White Kubuli. So we once had a spoken language before colonization. All of the Caribbean was what they call linguistic people speak languages, not even language, but languages all through the Caribbean, from the South America up to Cuba. There were different tribes of different people. We are only one of them that are still alive, but most of them is the Tainos and the Sibonese and all those different people there. We once had a language spoken. We were multi kind of language, so we spoke. Our language was borrowed from Arawak, from other languages from Central America. But when we migrated from the Midland to Orinoco, that is over 500 years ago, that we made it through the different islands and we never returned. So you can imagine that you're English speaking, taught in England, and you come to the Caribbean, never go back. So your antics and your articulation of a certain word, your accent, it have gone. And even with the influence of other languages taking place, that will also influence the change of pronunciation and different sort of the gesture, the mannerisms in which we have spoken or the original Kalinago language.
Mm-hmm. So what efforts are being made to revive and then preserve the Kalinago tongue?
Well, we have done a lot of work with work ongoing. Um, we have do some research with the material we had because we had colonization in 1492, 1493, when we had this impact of Europeans. And actually, the first person who really put pen to paper and started writing and came up with a dictionary was Father Raymond Breton, which was a French missionary. And his
Mm-hmm.
book, this dictionary, Carib Française, was in 1665. So you can see after almost 200 years that you have the language spoken, then you have it written. And right now, we are in 2024. So you
Yeah.
can imagine what is the gap we have and what we have lost along the way. But you know that our ancestors were very, very smart in that they would already have named most of the island which they were um, living on for the time inhabited, that the whole Caribbean had Kalinago names. So that names remain in Dominica itself. We can count on almost 50 different, 100 different names that have still remained all over in the name of villages. If you talk about Leyu, Kulibistri, Koliho, Kalibishi, um, what again, Sibuli, down the line, Kashaku, all these are Kalinago names which we use on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
That is name of places. And we have other utensils which you use, kitchen utensils which you use, tools and so forth, birds, fishes, all those are names we use daily. So while we don't speak what they call is a spoken language, we're hoping that the work we are doing now can, with the information and the research that we are doing now, that we would soon, maybe not soon in the near future, but we're hoping that the younger generation coming will have an interest in it so we can develop our languages because
Yeah.
some languages were worse off than the Kalinago language and now people are speaking them in different parts of the world, their own
Mm-hmm.
language. So we have the same opportunity that is there for us if we continue to support and we continue to revive and research on our language, maybe the other generation can speak sentences and express themselves in Kalinago language.
You basically answered the two other questions I was going to ask because I was going to ask if there's a way that we can incorporate the Kalinago language into our daily lives, and you just had me know every time I say Kulubistri, that's what I'm basically doing. And by the way, I do know one Kalinago word for sure. Before my break this morning, I know tuna. Tuna means water, right?
Yes.
I hope I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't saying it wrong on air, but I learned that one. And also, I was gonna ask, do you think that young people in Dominica would be interested in
because my mom was from Tukari,
Oh.
Cottage, and those places, and that's
Mm-hmm.
how I came to know my own Creole language,
Mm-hmm.
as a child. So when we would, the villagers would hold excursions from one village to the next, and people from Marigot, Wesley, they would hold excursions in a lot of the to a lot of the they would organize excursions to a lot of these Creole speaking communities. For example, my mom used to organize excursions to Cottage, to
Mm-hmm.
Korea. You know, understand? And she being from down there, they had a they had a religious feast called Saint Anthony, the feast of Saint Anthony. So she would organize an excursion, and that excursion would go to Tukari. And whilst they are at Tukari, a lot of people from Wesley would join that
Mm-hmm.
excursion. So a truckload, sometimes two truckloads of people would leave Wesley and go to
Tell me that in
Tukari.
Coco, you know?
You want me to say that in a
Yeah,
coca?
tell me the Coco,
All
man.
right. Well, let me start again. Well, when me was small, me mama me used to organize excursion,
Mm-hmm.
and he used to call all the villagers in the West and tell them, look, we organize our excursion in to carry Saint Anthony feast. So he go get a truck driver, and they go hire the truck driver, and then they go down to carry. But when they reach the Akokoi, they may attack among themselves. They can attack Creole. So when they reach there now, and they start attack the Kokoi, the Creole people and them me used to say, but what kind of some them people they talk about? Obagay saka chokwe moe, and kokokoi. And the thing is, cocoa is a fruit. We have a fruit. They call it different names, but in Dominica we call it
Yeah.
cocoy. I think you know
We
it.
call, yeah, we call it boggerment. at
Right,
home, yeah.
boggerment. And it's a fruit when it's properly matured. You cannot really rush it.
Yes.
You understand? If you rush it,
You'll
it can
choke.
get you'll choke. You'll choke. So I suspect when I heard those things, I say probably that's how the name, because it's only Dominica that has a name to the language like that. Cocoy. You understand? In Jamaica, it is French. It is Jamaican patois. I don't know how they call it in Antigua.
Even a dialect.
It's just a dialect.
It's just a dialect. It's
You
just a
see?
broken form of the English language. and-
Well,
Yeah.
we try to get out of that also to see it's a
yeah,
broken form.
and give it its own.
Give
yes.
it its own standard, So basically, that's how it came about. I suspect.
Okay, so with Creole and even Kalinago now in the mainstream, how do you feel about Kokoi not getting a lot of recognition as a Dominican? Because I know we tend to associate Dominica with Creole, because we know it's Creole, English, it's Francophone, Anglophone. But how do you as a Kokoi person from a Kokoi village, how do you feel about the attention the attention that's been given to Kokoi?
Well, you see, I'm a factual person. I would definitely establish it this way. We had a Kokoi program at this very station, DBS, from 1995 to 2000. Okay, and at that time it was Edith Bellot Allen who had she was on the board of directors, and she said, no, it's not right that we should have one of the local dialects spoken on the radio alone. So she said, alongside the Creole, we should also speak Kokoi. No, that was preference to her, because why? She came from Montserrat. And Montserrat also has...
Kokoi,
You-
you say now hear the things on the radio right now.
Right.
Go on.
So the program came on stream. But unfortunately, in 2008, it took a very, how would I say, discourteous exit. You understand? I was just given a phone call and said that the program is not going to be on the air anymore again. And it wasn't really, I probably would blame myself to an extent. I should have really claimed ownership to it myself, But I felt discouraged at the time, and DBS pulled away the microphone from that program. And that's how I was very disheartened. You understand? And a lot of work went into it. We had good stuff. And our program was not non-political, non-religious, and even people who did not speak the language They just loved it. That's how they expressed it to themselves. They say, "Mano, me can't understand. We don't understand anything."
No, you can tell me Kokoi.
All right.
You have your Kokoi platform now.
All right. So they would tell me in English, but I'll say it in Kokoi. Mano,
Yeah.
me, we can understand one song you say, but I will love them.
You love a math. You love a math. So, in what other ways or other areas have you been able to do the Kokoi language? Maybe I should have try to say it in Kokoi too, but I'm just not sure if you'll understand because I'm not sure if it's the same dialect. But since you've been off the radio, in what other ways have you been able to teach the Kokoi language?
Well, to tell you the truth, I know often me get the platform for me really teach them, but the teachers and them in a Wesley, in the Wesley Government School, every Independence Day I always ask me to come do a presentation along with other people like Colette Telemac and Aram Malik. Them two they are stalwart in the language. They are elderly people, but they may stand strong in the language. So that are the only time. But in my heart, me feel a grievance because me want to come out to the language.
So Pikinega in a Wesley and Woodford Hill and all these other villages attack Kokoi?
Well, Wesley principally and Marigot principally, Simit, better known as Woodford Hill, they may talk and a little bit in a Clifton, right?
Pikinega?
No, well, Pikinega, if we come back to that now, the Pikinega and them, when we talk with them, they may try their best. You understand? And really, we have to make our effort for the love the language and claim them as their own. Because in one of the recent some now we do with UNESCO and Cultural Division and so forth, we go come out with a book soon, and me think they finish the book, and I will go launch the book anytime now. You understand? And that we may have last year we may have a singing competition in a Kokoi. So all them song they go there in the book, and we may have and we put our little dictionary together.
Okay.
You understand? So that our shops were fast some, but at the same time our beginning.
Okay, so today you go do something for me.
Well,
A song, a poem,
oh God.
something. You have to do something.
Well, me have a recent song me work pan, and that song they me go put on pan radio for let T-Boy know. Me go give them that song they for the play. Our real good song, but me no harm, me no harm. So me forgot them. So next time me go bring them. But when I will come, I will with T-Boy. You know T-Boy?
No.
That our drumming group we have from Simit and
Okay.
Wesley. All right. Well, one or two songs me go share with you are just, for example, simple. The verb to be.
Okay.
I am. I am, So, I am. If you want to say that in a Kokoi, you have to say, me are. Me are. Me are. Me are man. Me are a man. I am a man. If you want to say, you are a woman, you just say,
Me a gal.
Me are you.
A woman.
No, but if me talk to you now, me go say, you are a woman.
Yeah.
You are a woman. And if me want to say he, she, it, or is, right? Our dog, you go say he our dog. But now if me have another person by me there and me say he our dog, you go make noise with you on the radio.
And you want to say them be dog.
Anyway,
Them be dog.
yeah.
Okay.
So then we are. We are. So you say we are in English, but you say we are in a Kokoi. Are we our people? Are we our people? Are we a nigger?
Our nigger.
And that is plural. You are in plural is you are a Bakra. He's a white man. You understand? And if you want to say they are, you say them are. They are from Vinci. Them are from Vinci. Them are from Antigua. You understand? And then let's take another verb, to cry. I am crying, or I cry. Me cry. Me cry.
Me say go for say them a ball.
Yeah,
Them
you
a
can
ball.
say them a ball. No, but when you say me now,
Me a ball.
me a ball. Okay. So me
Me a ball.
I will not go say I will go say me a ball.
Me
Me
a
cry.
ball.
Me cry. You know, and you are crying, or you cry, you a cray, you a cray. What make you cray? You go say because the flay, you know, what red hands going on me, yeah.
And he bite me there too.
Yeah, you go say he, she, it is crying, you know. He cry, he is crying, she's crying, it is crying, right? And then we are crying, are we a cry? We are crying, are we a cry? And you are crying plural, are you a cry, right?
Could you say alawi? Oh, alawi a cry?
In Antigua, I'll go say Arawi. Arawi.
But
you
so
know?
so in Kokoi, you
Are we a cry?
are we a cry?
Yes.
Okay, are we a cry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can say Alawi, but that would be including everybody. You see?
Okay.
Yeah. So they are crying, all them a cry. All of them a cry. They are crying, all of them a cry. Okay? So that is it. So me just want to tell you out there in a radio land, how a really nice day. The sun hot outside, Rosawa hot city.
Okay. Yeah, I was just checking. I'm seeing the Facebook people saying that they're not hearing anything, so I just trying to make sure that they can hear now. So if you can hear, just let me know that you can hear.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I think we have Mr. Paris back on with us. And Mr. Paris wanted to present a Kalinago song. So are you ready, Mr. Paris? Oh, we're not hearing you still. We're seeing your mouth moving. Okay, we're not hearing anything. We're not hearing anything. Okay, so we're not hearing anything. Mr. Technicians, we're not. Okay, so before you leave, Mr. Prince, I want you to tell us. We've been hearing that Kokoi people, or people from Wesley, they only speak that way because their foreparents are from Antigua and Montserrat and these places. Is that factual?
Well, yes, because what really happened is when they had the final changeover from France to England, right? Because there was a treaty that was signed, and there was an exchange for the Saints, I believe, the French Saint Islands, right? And there was an exchange for the Saints for Dominica. So the English slave masters, they came down to Dominica to find out that they had a problem with the language. And because the Frenchmen, when they gave up Dominica, they were not going to take the slaves with them. It was plantation elements, these people were. Okay, so they belong to the plantation. So the next master or plantation owner that is coming in, he meets everybody in place. Right? It's just a matter of to start work. But the language became a barrier. So they could not understand the English speaking masters. So the English speaking masters came to the neighboring islands from Antigua, Montserrat, Anguilla, all them places there. And you will find it in the names, the type of names Wesley people have, the titles, you know, and Margot. You will find that in those names you have James, you have Robert, you know, you have a lot of English names. And even Wesley itself is an English name that came along with the religion. You understand?
The Wesleyan holiness.
Yes, yes. You understand? John Wesley and so on. Clifton, it's English. Woodford Hill, it's English. When you put those three villages together, right, including Margot, of course, it's all English. The rest of the country, it's Creole and Kalinago. So it shows you the concentration of English in those places. So they had to take slaves workers for the plantation from these islands and brought them in. So that's how and they came in with the language. And as you rightly said, I think earlier on when we had our discussions over the telephone, you were telling me, well, that's how the Dominican texture came into the whole thing. You understand? So you will find that people in Antigua, when they speak, or Jamaica, you'll find that they're kind of when they talk, they may have a little bit of a little slur in the language. Down here, it's much harsher. We speak it real harsh, and I guess probably it's because of a rubber from the Creole too. You never know.
Yeah, I think. I wonder if I consider harsher. I feel like maybe it's raw. It's more raw. Like Wesley people, it might be like how you say ye, as opposed to how we would say it.
Yeah.
But I feel like y'all have a little more of a sing-songy kind
You
of
really
thing,
mean
which
that?
which is what Dominicans also have. It's like, so me say me cry, or me a ball.
Yeah.
What do we? It's almost seems aggressive. It almost seems like we want to fight. And why you do they? Son the hat, why sit down there for? Son the hat, it's almost like it almost seems like an accusation so often. But I think that is just dialect or cocoy or whatever in general.
Yeah.
And that's just the difference between languages. And for that cocoy or Antiguan dialect, Jamaican, whatever, that is the element, I think, that makes it unique.
Yes.
While with the French or the Creole, someone may say it sounds so romantic. So I think that's just the element. And I must say, I am surprised because I understood you so well.
Yeah.
And so I think if we had to debunk whether it's true or not, it's definitely seemed like the language, it was it was, I don't say rub off, but it's definitely seemed like an Antiguan or Jamaican or Anguillan, a Monstrasian,
Yep.
a Kittitian. Because when you go to St. Kitts, they will tell you about subbing and the sitting and all the same things that we would say. So it is definitely something that came through the slave trade.
Yes, I think.
Yes.
I think in visiting the islands, Saint Vincent was one of those, and Saint Vincent has a lot of what we knew before. Some of the stuff that fell off.
Yes.
They have it because one time I was in Saint Vincent and there was a mother and a child collecting some water at the standpipe, and I heard the mother said, "Picnic, go up there, go over yonder and go take that gimme." And over yonder, which is over there, was something we used to use pretty much.
And that was more in the olden days too.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for being here with us today. If you just joined us, we were over there sitting down in Wesley. But no, you have to say in dialect after. Cocoy after. We were in Wesley. We had Cocoy, done by Mr. Emmanuel Prince. Because today we are exploring the 4 languages that we speak in Dominica. Of course, English being predominant. But we had Kalinago, and we're also going to go back to Mr. Paris in a second so he can give us a song in Kalinago. And we just had Mr. Prince, and then we'll be joined by Miss Kewana Fountain in a few minutes. So Mr. Paris, sorry, so many P's. Mr. Paris, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you
Okay.
loud and clear. Hope you're hearing me.
Yes, I'm hearing you perfectly. We're ready for that Kalinago song
Hope that
before we
don't get
move
any
on.
problem with the internet before I complete my song,
Yeah,
because
that's
song
okay.
is one of the material I use. I feel very much effective into teaching the language, because we don't speak much. Kalinago by nature don't speak a lot. With the conversation that you'll find a group of African or African American people, they'll be in an area and you see people talking, but the Kalinago very quietly, and that is one of the reasons that our language maybe slow down. So I took song on one of the first song I written in my life as Kalinago, and an opportunity to sing it to a Royal Majesty Queen Elizabeth in 1986. And I wrote that song and I composed it, and it goes like this: Mabrika, El Tina Karahi, Beyi Buka, Nayabu, Beyi Buka, Nayabu, Makaratina, Mabrika. So we repeated the time. That's one of our theme songs of the Caribbean Cultural Group. But this is one of the one of the latest song I wrote, which is my Kalinago love song, and it is for all the people in love, which people who love each other that are listening today. So it goes to you, especially your host there. And it goes like this. Aini bui naliku, which is a word Aini bui naliku, which means my lover, my sweetheart. Aini bui naliku, Aini bui naliku. Ni balalina eye kani, ni balalina eye kani. Ariakuba nagutia resi. Katuago natari, natari. Aini bui naliko, aini bui naliko. Tula bala ricona, agnomoragoni. Na ibui netiko. Katabiti na lakati tatakuwa ba. Bibi ayu bakani, bibi ayu bakani, datari, datari. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for giving us that beautiful song in the Kalinago language. I really appreciate the both of you this morning for being here with us. And I just hope that I wish I could say that in Kalinago, but I can. I just hope that you, Mr. Paris, you're mentoring a group of people that even after your passing, that it this shall continue. You know, just hearing a song in the Kalinago language is so amazing, you know, because you know everybody know Mabrika, but yeah, and Mr. Prince. Thank you. I hope now I know I have somebody I can call when more attack dialect, and you can say it's Coco I teaching you, young lady. I can call up your phone and I can chat.
All right, I will go roast Pempe on the phone. But one song me want to say because in me no like for just call me names alone.
Yeah.
You know, because in you have people like Margaret James, which probably you listen. Margaret James, you have Colette Telemac, that a Diane Telemac, and you are Eda nigga, we strong in the language and they work hard. You are Steve Harrison and them, you know, from New Dimension Theatre. He try the best to put something together so that I can really formalize the song and make it work, the language. All right, so that is Aram Arlik, our elderly man, but at the same time he alive, and anytime you meet him, you want to talk the language, you go talk the language with you. So all that are some I will look at, and we want to put something in a place and get some going.
Yeah, the language go live long.
Yeah,
It go
man,
live long.
you go live long.
And for say Antigua just over there, and Montserrat over there, and all the different island and then just there. If it seem like he done, yeah, it's just a boat ride away.
I just a boat ride
A plane ride away.
Yeah, plane ride.
And international airport in Wesley now, so you don't know.
Well, I know where we
And
have
now
to,
things set up.
I know where we have to set up the language. Yes, me agree.
All right. So thank you for being here with us today.
Our pleasure.
All right. Up next, we have Miss Kewana Fountain, and we'll be going over to the Creole section of the show. And we welcome her. Yes. So as one leave, another one comes. But by no means, this is how we should take the language. We should embrace it all at once. All right. Bonjour. Bonjour, madame. Mon peut parler créole aujourd'hui. Ever. Ou kay oui moi.
Ou sa kite moi acide.
Non, ou kay oui moi, mo ka di ou. Ou kay oui moi.
Non. Kawi moun la yo pas à parler créole is not the answer to our problems.
Hey. So, bonjour Dominic.
Okay, just allow me to fix my microphone and camera, okay?
That's fine.
Yes,
We have a program today where, as I said before, we are exploring the different languages here in Dominica. So we did Kalinago and Kokoi, and English, of course, and now we're about to do Creole. And I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. I know some people say Creole, some say Creole. And I am going to attempt to do this whole bits with Kiwana in Creole. So
I'm liking that.
it is not
happy.
Creole Day.
My culture. Hello.
May Creole is one of our languages, and we're going to enjoy it today.
You know what, Julie Mango? Can I call you Julie Mango?
Of course.
Mago.
Mago do. Do.
Oh yes. Are you seeing me, Julie? Because I'm not seeing myself.
Yes, I am seeing you. Yep, yeah. And our viewers can see you too.
But I can't see myself.
You're good. You're good. You're really good.
Okay.
Yes.
So do I go this way or
a little this way maybe? Let me see.
Okay.
Okay. So bonjour.
Sakafet.
Voilà.
Comment ouye?
Ma bon.
Comment la vie a ye?
Bien.
La vie a passé bien?
Oui. Ça qui la vie. C'est life? C'est pas life?
Julie, I'm asking you, how are you doing? How are you in many different ways in Creole?
Okay.
That's all I was doing.
Okay.
That's all I was doing. And there are many ways to ask, how are you in Creole? How many do you know? Comment vous connaître?
Yon, mais moi c'est Kofan Saudi. Yeah, moi c'est Kofan Saudi.
Some areas, some communities in Dominica say Kijan Ouye. Have you heard of this one? Kijan Ouye?
No.
Kuma Ouye?
Kuma Ouye, oui.
You've heard Kuma Ouye?
Oui.
Have you used it before?
No.
Okay. Sakafet.
Yeah.
This one is very common. You know this one, right?
Yeah.
Right. Kuma uka santi.
Oh yeah, how you feel?
Yes.
It almost sounds like starting as sati.
No, not this one.
I know it sounds like that,
although, yes, the word santi means something stinks. Kesho ika santi la.
Oui.
Or you can also use it to mean
how you feel.
How you feel. So I'm not speaking about the stinking one. I'm speaking about your
the
wellness,
feeling
or
one.
The feeling
Yes.
one. How do you feel? Or you could say Saki Nouvelle.
Oh.
What's going on with you? What's new with you?
What's new? Yeah.
What's new?
Okay.
Yeah. So there are many ways you can say, how are you?
Okay.
Many ways.
Saki Novello. I'm going to use that one today. I like it. It has a. Oh, I'm supposed to be trying to say in this Creole. Ini bon vite kotli. Saki Novello.
Right. Saki Novello. No, dis-moi.
Okay, I like that one. Moeme Sala.
Yes.
I'm learning.
Julie, you are learning what? You're learning while in Dominica, or have you been able to speak limited Creole since you've known yourself?
Very limited. Moka Apwan Dominique. Peace. Moon. Well, Wadix.
If you say.
Oui. Ever Motini Creole Heartbeat. I see Q95. Ever Milia. Iteni pour Femwe Apwan. I see radio. Ever Moteka oui. Moteka play way. Moteka Apwan. So Moka Apwan.
Okay, Apwan. Ou apon pas assez ou pourquoi apon assez?
Pas assez, mais c'est un bon.
So ou ça ni une conversation?
Oui, maintenant il y a go conversation à si radio Creole Day. Oui, pour
à si on notre radio station.
Oui.
Okay.
2 hours. They oui.
Ça bon. Mais Julie, mon pour bad bravo office. Si ini moun kon qui pas connaître autant Creole. Mais yo pas ni opportunité pour ni conversation ou bien pour apprendre parler créole puis ou ça comprendre bien. You can understand very well
everything
because I've seen you listening to experience creole many times on the live.
Mo comprendre more than I speak. Mo comprendre, yeah. So I understand more than I speak. So yeah.
But that's a start. And that's very good because that's how I started. C'est que ça m'a commencé. Oui, matisa parler créole comme ka parler actuellement. Mais moi tika comprendre tout bagay. C'est mon gouambe.
Oui.
Mais matika parler créole en conversation. Puis yo patika quitter nous patika faire nous parler créole quand yo tika parler. Avec moi quoi aussi moi aller l'école Roseau ça m'a tenu opportunité pour toujours tan créole en tête moi tout le temps Mais moi te comprends bien quand j'agua be moi apprendre parler créole à sur radio.
Mote ni agwa mame ki ka vini atig. Eve i parle créole, il dit pas faire ça. Eve c'est pas créole mais il dit comment on dit slang.
En langue.
You know, so it did bitter. So she will say things that is just Dominican.
So it's not slang, it's Creole.
No, but yeah, that's saying. So even if we may not know, it's like something happened. Okay, let me use this one. So you'll say, "Boy, Mr. Maliwe," you know that kind of thing.
If Creole word,
it's a Creole word, but we would not use that in our English, but you would say Mr. Maliwe.
So she puts in a little Creole word here and there. Okay.
So you would learn, you would learn that, and then me and my brother would be using these words, and people would not know what we're talking about at home. So even when I went to university and I met Gaston Brown's wife, Maria, her mom is St. Lucian. So the two of us, we're not, as you can see, I'm still not versed enough, but we will have our own little conversations in university because of the little slangs and words we would have learned, so it was always like that. But now I feel like I've been immersed into Creole and I'm liking it.
Yeah, once you've been immersed into it, and I think that's one way to learn languages. Once you're immersed in the culture, it becomes easier.
Yes.
I remember speaking to a parent some time ago, and there is this little boy in a particular school he's Venezuelan, and he spoke only Spanish when he got here, but he's been speaking English since then. Yeah, so once you've been immersed in the culture and you hear the language around you, you learn it quicker.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So what you have for us today?
What I have for you today?
Yes, I know. I feel like you were going to teach me some words.
Well, haven't I been teaching you, Julie?
Me.
Julie, you learned 4 or 5 different ways
I forget
to
how to say novel.
How are you? And
Yeah.
you've forgotten about that already and telling me about what I have for you. 4 different ways to say.
I know this was just a little Creole, just a little Creole aspect of the show because I was beyond flabbergasted when I found out initially that Dominica had. It was more than just English and Creole. I didn't know about the Kokoy. I didn't know about the Kalinago language. So I just think that it's something that, and especially as language director at DBS, manager, I just think that it is such a great thing that we can add to, to the programming.
Yeah.
So I hope a day I can do a full Creole show.
Well, we should be doing this in Creole fully, but there are many listeners who don't understand Creole.
Yes.
Tuned into the program, so we're doing both so they can follow the conversation.
Yes.
My plan was to come here, start off by saying Mabrika and Miabal. But I forgot. I was distracted.
Pardon, that was my fault.
Miabal means I cry or
I'm crying.
I'm crying.
Yes.
Right? So did you receive I remember we spoke about the similarities between Kokoy, Dominica and the dialect in Antigua.
Yes.
Are they similar?
Definitely, it is definitely similar. He only said one thing that was a bit different, and we were just comparing it and saying that we definitely believe that Wesley people from Antigua or from Montserrat and Anguilla, and so it's so similar that even when you speak to a Kittitian, you'll hear the similarity with the dialect, but then you'll hear things like, oh, that's a Kittitian or an Antiguan and a Jamaican. But when we did the Kokoy, everything was just the same. So for instance, an Antiguan would say Moada Subban, while a Jamaican would say that's sitting. They'll say sitting as opposed to subbing. Now they both saying I want the thing. So Moada sitting there. Sitting is the thing. Antiguan will say subbing or sudden. So
did you confirm, is it a language or is it a dialect?
Well, as Mr. Prince said, just like how we want UNESCO to accept Creole as a language, they also see Kokoy as a language and not a dialect. So we have to respect that.
Yeah.
And the fact that if we respect that, then Dominica will be given officially 4 languages. And that in itself, I think, is fantastic. How many islands can boast of 4 languages in their country? So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for having me in for short period, just to create some awareness about the different languages that are spoken in Dominica. As you said, I was also hoping to. No, I'm not going to sing a song in Creole, but I was hoping to share a couple proverbs with you.
You can.
Creole proverbs. Do you know of any Creole proverbs?
Maybe when you say it, I will know it
Yeah?
is. Yes, I got Jody to share some with me for Creole Heartbeat last year. So tell me some.
Well, I know there are some proverbs Dominicans know. They're very common among Dominicans, but I found a few I have never heard before in Dominica, used by Dominicans.
Okay.
I found out one. It's called Léo Aglo ou c'est poisson.
I understand that.
Okay, so
when you're in water, you're a fish.
When you're in water, you are a fish.
Yeah.
What do you think it means? Saukwe.
It's like when you're in the situation, you're expert, or you fit in, you're blending well.
You have to blend in.
Yeah.
Based on the circumstances, based on your situation, you learn to blend in. You learn to adjust. All right. So, I love that one. This one is common in Dominica. Piti piti. No, not this one. There's another one. Where is it now? I can't. Where is it?
Le glow, c'est un poisson.
Le glow, ou c'est un poisson.
I love it.
Oui. There's another one. Chaque jour c'est jour, mais tout jour pas même.
Okay, I think I get that too. Every day is day, but not every day is the same.
Right. So, every day is a day, you know, but not every day is the same.
Yes.
Because there's a difference.
Yeah.
You know, each day is a day, but each day is not the same. Means that every day brings something new, different experiences, different situations, and so on. It will not be the same every day. Now, I have a tongue twister for you. Do you know what green is in Creole?
Ver?
Green.
Ver?
It's French.
The color, okay. Vert, ver. Okay.
Ver. Not vero, but ver.
Okay.
Do you know what 20 is in Creole?
Yeah, ver.
Right. Do you know what glass is in Creole?
Ver.
So we have that covered. So can you make a sentence? Ça fait en phrase using just this word ver?
Yeah. So basically,
okay, I forgot one. What is worm? Worm is ver as well.
Yeah.
So can you make a sentence using the word worm?
Yeah.
Or ver?
Okay. Or ver.
Remember that is 20 as
well.
Or
ver. Say ver. A green worm is 20.
No. Julie, come again. That makes no sense. A green worm is 20.
Well, it's just if you're 20 years old, whatever say.
Oh, the green one is 20 years old. Well, you're missing something. You're missing a few more words.
Where? How would you? Venane. Okay.
So let's try this again.
Okay. So it's green, worm, 20, and
so
green?
It's the word. Let's just use the word ver. Green. Green. Yes, green for the color, the number, the animal, and the glass.
Okay. So, ver.
Qui ça? A green worm, glass 20. Okay, let me help you. So I'm going to help you for a sentence. Use the word. So I'm going to help you the English sentence. Okay, 20 worms.
Why did I think of that?
Exactly.
Is it a green glass?
Right.
Okay.
20 worms.
Ver. Dida or ver.
Very good. Ver.
Hold on. I hope nobody here laughing at me. The way I laugh at myself.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need to laugh at ourselves more often.
And that's why I can do this on radio.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me to learn this way. Someone else just learns at home.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that.
And there are many other tongue twisters like that. Yeah. I can't think of any right now, but there are many others. These are some of the very interactive or very interesting or fun ways of learning Creole as well, Julie. If you're going to teach students, or it's someone who doesn't understand Creole at all, is that one of the ways that you can help someone understand Creole as well? Because, yeah. What time do you end, Julie? What time
so we're ending like in a minute. Yeah. So
okay, 12 o'clock.
We're going to wrap up, yes. So thank you if you're just joining us. Thank you. This is Creole Heartbeat. I'm Julie Roberts. Today we were highlighting and exploring the 4 languages here in Dominica, with English being predominant. But we also have Kalinago, Kokoi, and Creole. I know I spelled them with a K on the flyer.
Creole is English. Creole is Creole, as in Kweyol.
Yes. So we had Mr. Prosper Paris with us and Mr. Emmanuel Prince, and now we have Miss Kewana Fountain. I'm Julie Roberts. Thank you for joining us today. I know we had some technical difficulties, but I hope the next time we can do a full Kalinago show, a full Kokoi show, and a full Creole show.
Well, there's a full Creole show, later on.
Yes.
At 2 o'clock. Experience
Creole Heartbeat.
Experience Creole. I was happy to bring the experience to the Heartbeats. It was a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
I see someone saying it would be very interesting to have a Spanish program. There are many Hispanics in our country, not only...
We do have a Spanish program,
for the Dominican.
You mean on Creole Heartbeat?
Yeah, I don't know. But what we're saying today, we're just highlighting Dominican heritage and the languages that are part. But we do hear you. So thank you for joining us. And Mr. and technicians, thank you for joining us. And have a great day. I'm Julie Roberts. And remember, don't forget to love. This show was brought to you by Digicel.
Yes, I. Sakai Malad. Prince Wadix. Prince Wadix. Prince Wadix. Prince Wadix. Papou a wete ba moun flè la yon mange a quitter la vie. Apprécier ça yo ka fait kon yo a parmi nous jodi. Là c'est mauvais valet pied non nous ka crucifier mon ébi. Faut nous connaître pour mais yo c'est pour nous tout ça bénéfice.